В четверг 4 числа в 4 с четвертью часа лигурийский регулировщик регулировал в Лигурии, но 33 корабля
मेरे देश की जनता को मेरा नमस्कार and welcome back to AJ's Motor Diaries. I'm here not to talk about any rights today, but rather the hot and trending topic of the day, for the last 2 days should I say, of the ban of 500 and 1000 rupee Indian notes, which has actually changed, brought about a huge impact to our nation. I did see a lot of worry amongst people, but amongst the worry I found, or rather observed, a few creative minds who still had the sense of humor in them to troll on this particular topic. So what I've done is that I've handpicked a few of such trolls that I found it interesting, and I thought, let me share this out with you and join you with a little smile on your face. So as you see this first troll, I think almost 80 to 90% of us would have got this particular forward either through WhatsApp or through emails or pics that you have seen, which is very true. That is, in fact, on the 8th of November, the entire news channels of India were all gearing up and prepared for the US elections, if you remember, between Hillary and Trump. But what happened on that night, what Modi did, was truly out of syllabus. It was a masterstroke by our Prime Minister to declare this at the last moment, keeping it highly confidential. Well done, sir. I found across a few tweets, and I picked up the tweet from none other than the king of tweets from India, Rupee. Let's see what Virendra Sehwag ji has got to say about this incident. In America, they will count votes. In India, count notes. Tonight, just notice the houses that don't have lights off. Note counting is on. Hashtag black money. Well said. And it's definitely a fitting reply for all those corrupt people who were stacking up their undisclosed incomes in God forbidden places. Good one. If Virupaji had something to say, our senior Bachchan was not to be left behind. Let's see what Mr. Amitabh Bachchan had to say about this. The new 2000 rupees note is pink in color. The Pink Effect. Yes, his latest movie. Well said, sir. Now, the next tweet that I came across was of our Indian cricket team's coach, Mr. Kunle. What does he have to say? Massive googly bowl by our Honorable Prime Minister at the rate Narendra Modi today. Well done, sir, and truly proud of you. Now, amongst all these tweets and trolls that I stumbled, I found a few disturbing ones, like the one that you see here, where I would say even moments after the news broke out on the 8th November, I got this one, say by 12:30 on the I'm talking about midnight on the 9th of November, where a 500 rupee note was changed into a chakna holder. For crying out loud, guys, give it some respect. I understand it's an obsolete note, it does not have any further value, but then at least respect the image that is printed out there of a father of our nation. I hope the message is passed across. Now this one was actually funny. Someone creative mind has photoshopped this particular pic wonderfully well. If you see a goat being fed a bunch of 500 rupee notes, blimey. Right. Now this troll, I understand, was one of the hit trolls that came across. When there was a ban of 500 and 1000 rupee notes, a few places like petrol pumps and hospitals still were accepting their 500 and 1000 rupee notes. So the shrewd ones trolled this one. The scene is at a hospital. There's a heavy rush at hospitals, and people shouting, "Doctor साहब, किसी भी चीज का ऑपरेशन कर दो, 4 या 5 लाख का, कैसे भी करके ये 500 और 1000 नोट को बदल दो." Wonderful. Now this one is from Vijay Mallia, right? Dr. Mallia, the so-called Dr. Mallia. As soon as he heard the news, what he did, he called up SBI and he said, I'm ready to return all my debts. But the only clause is going to be that he will pay only in 500s and thousands. Shrewd one. Check out this one, guys. ये जो है मुझे बहुत खास लगा. खास इसलिए लगा because this guy who came out with this troll was damn futuristic. So as you see, he's shown a 500 rupee note and he goes on to say, I'm selling this collector's rupees 500 note from 2016 AD. That's from the Modi era. For rupees 10,000. Anyone interested? Please contact me. Hats off to this futuristic guy. Now this was a common scene that you, me, everybody felt the moment we heard the news. We rushed out to the nearest ATM, and I'm sure you also must have seen those long queues at ATMs, and the next day followed when you went to the bank. I got trolls like, if you're going to the bank on the 9th and 10th, better carry some water and your lunch pack, because that is the amount of people coming and disclosing, or rather exchanging their notes which are stacked up at their home. Right, this is exactly the purpose why this decision was taken. Now, I did come across a few WhatsApp, forwards that I wanted to share with you. Like the first interesting and a funny one that I got, which was pretty apt to the occasion. India got modified, USA got trumped, and it is hilarious. So you get the modified, the trump, and the hilarious effect. Truly creative. The next one is damn funny. I actually fell down laughing on this, right? We all have heard about Anna Azarian, with all due respect to that person. Someone has actually gone ahead and trolled about Mr. Anna Hazare. I don't know what is the connection, but then the troll goes, Anna Hazare is planning to change his name. I repeat, Anna Hazare is planning to change his name to Anna Do Hazare. Something really, creative. Someone has come out with that. Now, incidentally, this decision of banning 500 and 1000 rupee notes has impacted all walks of life, including the housewives, right? All those housewives who had this tendency to flick a 500 or a 1000 rupee note from their husband's pocket and keep it hidden, right? Now, they have to disclose that particular income, right? Oopsie, oopsie, wifeys. And very honestly, for the first time in India, am I seeing people with less money being more happy than people with more money. That was the intention for this. Now, very honestly, if you take a look, the group of people that's going to be affected the most, if you guess, are the people who are the contestants of the God forbidden serial Big Boss. For crying out loud, I don't know how people manage to sit in front of television to watch such a stupid serial and waste their precious time. Now, these contestants, incidentally, are not aware about what's happening in the outside world. So by the time that they're outside that whatever house, right, all that money that is stacked up at their house is gone for toss, unless and until the family members do something about it. So God bless them. Now, this next particular forward that I got was pretty intelligent and really tickled the funny bones. A man, after hearing this news, a man just like you and me, right, that 500,000 is going to get banned from the 9th of November, rushes to the ATM, and he knows taking a 500 or 1,000 would not prove him any good. So rather what he does, very shrewdly, he types in 400, and lo behold, the ATM dispenses a 1,000 rupee note to him and gives him a message: keep the change, right? So this is the effect of a few creative minds that has gone ahead and tried to make a lighter situation of this a tough days, I would say, or rather cashless days, I would say, but definitely for the betterment of the nation. Jokes apart, now honestly, I do feel when I refer to I am referring to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. When he was campaigning for his elections, right, one of his main election agenda was to get the black money out of the Indian system. When he came to power and started ruling, after 100 days, there were a lot of anti-Modi guys, anti-BJP guys who went and questioned him, right? You promised so much and nothing is happening. But very honestly, guys, do you think that he has not done anything from the time that he's taken power? Let me, rewind it back to those days, those early days of his, becoming a prime minister. He did bring about a resolution where every single person who does not have a bank account has to open a bank account. Nobody understood why. All we did was, "Kyun open kare bhai?" Right? Kya fayda hai? What is the use of opening a bank account? He asked you to declare the income. You still went ahead and asked him why. He asked you, he gave you an opportunity to declare your income before the end of September, and I distinctly remember that each and every Indian citizen has got a message that if you declare your undisclosed income before the end of September, 45% tax will be cut, the remaining is yours. That was a wonderful opportunity, but still we went ahead and asked him why. He asked us to invest in gold. We still asked him why. Now, for all those whys and Qs that you put across to him, he gave you one solid reply. Now, is that enough? Ask yourself, why did you ask him why? You get the point? So, it's time that we as Indian citizens, right, look not what country has done for you, look for what you have done for the country. And very honestly, being, I would say, a normal Indian citizen, a layman, I'm today feeling proud that I'm, directly or indirectly being a part of change for our nation, which is for the good, removing corruption and taking out all the black money, which is indirectly going to help our economy. So it's time that we all stand up, right, in this time of crisis, or say, again, I would say cashless crisis, and be unified for a better India, for a better tomorrow. Jai Hind.